I just want to come to one final slide. What is the lessons we have learned in this process, and what is to build on? The first thing is that member states play, of course, as they are the implementing body. We are designing a policy, but the member states will have to implement it. It is, of course, extremely important that member states are involved from the very beginning, and that their voice is heard and listened to regarding the implementation principles. How these projects are really put into place on the ground. What are the obligations in control and reporting that can be taken on board by administrations who are not doing nothing before the Commission comes with a new policy. Secondly, what was very interesting for us as DG Agriculture, different lessons, of course, or different experience for DG Research and Sanco in this aspect, but for us, of course, we accessed a whole new family of institutions, organizations, and persons, public health, and the scientific community, the NGOs linked to that, also including WHO, I must say. Contacts have been much more well developed. I think there is a regular exchange of opinion now, and as I said, without the input from this part of society, the proposal would not be in that quality and in this state as it is now. And finally, this is a bit of self-criticism. I think this is quite adequate to finish with this. Consultations, public consultations, are tedious sometimes. Speaking to the outside world is a time-consuming experience. And of course, it's easy to say, yes, send us your opinion, and then thank you. We do anyway what we want. But I think it is very important lesson for us that we learned, and I would actually replace EC services here with DG Agri. It's more appropriate to say that I think that DG Agri really has learned a lot in these last few exercises on school milk, on deprived persons, but especially on school fruit, that we have to be very open and we have to draw on outside expertise and support in order to make our policies better and better. So finally, I want to come to the last slide. This presentation, of course, is a very brief and probably a bit too brief summary of this whole process that has been going on over the last 2 years. But my paper is now finished, and I will forward it to the publisher, so you will have a 6,000 words paper which describes the process more in details. Finally, I invite you to visit our webpage for the market data, for the official documents, and also for information about the school fruit scheme. If you have any questions, thank you very much.
Eric van der Weg, Plant Research International. Just a very short question. It's about the school scheme. But what age of children are you aiming at? Is it primary school, secondary, or both?
Yes, sorry, I purposely skipped out the details of our proposal because, as I said, it's being discussed at the moment, and ministers of agriculture are all 27, I think, strong personalities. So it's a bit, a lot of things can still happen. I answer your question a bit more in detail. So our proposal, as has been said before, is 90 million per year, Commission funding plus obligatory co-funding from member states, which would bring the annual budget of school fruit scheme in Europe to 156 million euro. The program is foreseen to run for an initial 5 years period, but with an assessment report after 3 years, which might mean the end. There is the age classes are not restricted at all. We keep the scheme open for nursery children up to secondary school. It is the choice of the member state which group they want to target on. The list of produce is defined by the Market Organization for Fruit and Vegetables. That means everything, including processed, including juice, including also the bananas. So you have the wide choice. The condition is, as I said, that the member states who wants to participate in the scheme puts forward a strategy, which will be a very, very brief document, not a lot of red tape. And in this, the member state will have to describe which model he uses, what is the target group, what is the list of eligible produce, and other key components of a scheme. But as I said, as this is not really official, I don't want to go into too many details. If you look at our webpage, we really hope that there will be a decision taken either today or at the next council, which is mid-November. So we hope that we have a regulation enter into force by the 1st of January 2009, and the possibility for member states to start implementing schemes school year 2009-2010.
Further questions? Robert Peterson, European Agriculture and Health Consortium. And I guess I want to be completely honest about this because Felix and I have communicated quite a bit back and forth on the school fruit scheme and have worked together on this. But I think my question is, what are the broader aspects of the school fruit scheme? Because one thing I think is actually this has been an area that's been extremely politically feasible because of children, and it's a positive initiative where you increase fruit and vegetable consumption. And I guess my question is, because we're looking at public health aspects of agriculture policy, and do you see in the future, and I know this will be your personal view, that DG Agri will be looking at public health as one of the I guess public goods they will be delivering? Well,
what is happening with public health now at the moment has some similarities to what happened in the discussion in the 80s, 90s with environment and agriculture. In the beginning, there was also a kind of a conflict between agriculture and environment. It was a long road that has to be gone by NGOs, by the interested public, and environment on one hand side, agriculture on the other. I think now there's a lot of agricultural, agro-environmental programs. There is an understanding in the sector about the environmental impact. Producer organizations in the fruit and vegetable sector are one of the leaders in expenditure on environmental friendly programs. I think that the Common Agricultural Policy and the sector has taken this into account over the years. It took some time. And I have the feeling, but you said my personal opinion, so I'm happy to provide this. I have the feeling that we are on a similar process now, starting with public health. It is a slow process again, and it's going to take some time. But I think these last few exercises, as I said, the revision of the school milk scheme, reducing the milk fat or eliminating milk fat as a calculating factor, so to speak, that making it more attractive for member states using the school milk scheme to use low-fat products other than high-fat products. This was the first step in this direction. I think the school milk scheme now really created a cooperation between the sectors and opened the door. And I think that probably by integrating public health organizations into the normal procedures, consulting procedures of DG Agri policies, we will make this cooperation even more tangible. Of course, the time frame being the reform of the next financing period of the community, which starts in 2013, and so for the Common Agricultural Policy that will then be in place, that will be completely or quite different from the policy that is now in place. There is a wide room of operation for integrating new objectives, and one of them, as I see it, will very likely be public health.